So if you don't know who Keith Lee is, he's a former MMA fighter turned food critic. And he's just not no ordinary food critic. Keith Lee is someone that's inspirational. He's someone that motivates you. I definitely wasn't one of the first people on the bandwagon, but from watching one of his videos and just seeing his presence and energy, Keith Lee is someone you root for. He's just a breath of fresh air when it comes to content creating. Because a lot of people, you could tell they want to be genuine, but this man is genuinely a good person. So when I woke up this morning and saw on my TikTok feed that someone had the audacity to call Keith Lee a thief, it really made me feel a type of way. So not only did it bother me that someone attacked him and tried to call him a thief, the fact that it's someone of the same skin color as Keith Lee, it's really troubling and unsettling for me. Now, I'm gonna dig into everything and go into why this person thought Keith Lee was a thief. I'm gonna give a quick rundown, but if you guys enjoy the commentary and analysis I give, maybe you can give me a like and subscribe, and if not, I wish you your best in your future endeavors. But the person in question that called Keith Lee a thief was Jillian. And Jillian is a freelance TV producer. She lives in New York. She came to Keith Lee with a TV proposal. Now, instead of me digging deep into who's in the right or who's in the wrong, I have a 4-minute and 30-second clip that breaks everything down to how you need to see and be able to be caught up with me. And I'm gonna put a timestamp on this, so if you're one of these people that's already seen that video, you'll be able to skip past it and then get to my analysis. But here we go. Keith Lee breaks it down perfectly in his 4-minute and 30-second video. So let me just give you the clip.
It's some unnamed controversy going around, and I keep getting brought up. And I had an interaction with this person who made the video. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna show you the video I'm talking about, and we're gonna talk about it point by point. She's very anonymous with the names, but in the caption, she put food critic and thief. And it's over 200 comments saying, is it Keith? Is it Keith? Oh, Keith did this, Keith did that. It's been 2 days, and she hasn't directly responded to any of them, except for the ones that are tearing me down and calling me out of my name and falsely accusing me of being a thief. Let's talk about it.
I didn't know if I was going to address this or not, but I'm just so disappointed and so frustrated about the situation that I think I'm just going to have to say something. I'm Jillian. I'm a TV producer. I am a freelance TV producer. I worked for a lot of shows, won a lot of Emmys, just kind of good at what I do.
Well, Jillian, as an Emmy award-winning producer and TV writer, I will assume that you know how dangerous labels, especially false labels, can be in the industry or in life in general. And again, I'm assuming. Just in case you don't, I'm here to tell you, for me personally, that is extremely detrimental, and I don't like that, and I don't play with it.
I also pitch shows to networks, so I will find talent.
It's safe to say she didn't find me. I already had 2 to 3 million followers when she originally reached out.
For people that I think would be great to have a show, I link with them and then create a show around them, and then I pitch that around to networks. And some get sold and produced, some get a no, and they circle back later. Recently, there's a creator here on TikTok that is beloved by all. I even love them and think they would make great TV, but I pitched them an idea to take to networks, and they basically said no in a nice way, but then stole my fucking idea. They just stole it, so now they're doing it.
On December 11, 2022, Jillian reached out to me in a comment, basically saying exactly what she said. She's a producer. She would love to pitch me an idea. I DM'd her that same day. I said, and I quote, "Hey, I just received your comment. Thank you so much for reaching out. I do not have a show, but I do have a meeting tomorrow with somebody pitching one. I would love to talk to you as well when you have the chance." I sent her my email, said, "God bless you. Thank you again." That was the 11th. She reached out to me on the 13th. I had the meeting with another person on the 12th. That meeting I had on the 12th was the exact same pitch that she pitched. I also had 2 other meetings after hers on the 13th. The exact same pitch was pitched. Not to mention, I get 1,000 comments on a daily basis from y'all pitching the exact same ideas and tagging Food Network, which I truly appreciate. She pitched it as a crossover between And Y'all Fix My Life and Triple D. The premise, I find a restaurant that's struggling. I go into the restaurant in disguise, try the food, rate it, tell the people what I thought. I've been doing that. The first time I posted a video like this was December 9th, 2022. And it was a spinoff of another video I did on December 2nd, 2022, 9 days before she reached out to me. The only thing different is that I wasn't in disguise when she first reached out to me because, again, this was in December. I had anywhere between 2 million and 3 million followers at the time of her reaching out to me. Of course, I wasn't in disguise at that point. I personally was able to walk into restaurants and still get treated the exact same because not a lot of restaurants recognize me. Now, with 9.6 million followers in Vegas, It's almost impossible. So that's why I went under disguise. Also, I took this opportunity to show my platform how talented my sister is. She did all of my makeup, my special effects, my hair. She did everything. I personally think she's way too talented not to do this as a full-time job. So this could be the opportunity to get her in front of the right people so that dream can become a reality. So again, me going into disguise and doing what I've been doing is not because I got the email from you, Jillian. And I'm saying that in the most honest and pure form. I don't mean any harm, but I do not appreciate you putting labels on me like that. Comments like this with a hashtag Keith Lee controversy going around, I'm not a fan of. To put out labels that I help people but I steal from others is not only detrimental, but it's disrespectful in my eyes. I have not once stolen anything or taken anything from anybody. Everything that's given to me is from God. And I know it's gonna be people saying, why did you respond to this? Why are you even paying attention to it? Labels in the industry and labels in life are extremely detrimental. To put a label like thief on a content creator is crazy, especially when it's unwarranted. God willingly, I have a lot of big things coming up, and I don't want unnecessary labels on me. Thank you, Jillian, for understanding. God bless you. I don't mean no harm to you. I don't condone any hate comments. I would just like this cleared up. Thank you. God bless you. Have an amazing day.
So after watching that video, I felt a little bit of jealousy and entitlement that came from Jillian. And it's like, ooh, I had this great idea and this person didn't take it up for me. But keep in mind, this idea that you've had has been done numerous of times. I've seen shows where people will dress up a different way and see how people will react to a food critic when they don't know who it is. You are not the first person to come up with this idea. So the audacity to call Keith Lee the thief, but then Keith Lee had his receipts and showed it to you. And normally when someone gets humbled, they realize, hey, I may not be in the right. I may actually be wrong. And keep in mind, you also had your video up for 2 days before Keith Lee responded. So you had all this little side marks, little subtle hints that you were talking about Keith Lee, but you never chose to announce it. You let it run. And then when he addressed it, not only did you double down, but you doubled down in a way where I feel like you may not recover from this. And not because you necessarily are evil or something so bad that you shouldn't. It's because of how much people root and cheer for Keith Lee. So you to be the person to try and tear him down, especially when your proof wasn't that great, especially when you could have had a quick conversation with him off the app before trying to make a passive aggressive video, I think the proof is in the pudding. And let me just play you her response and then I'll go more into it.
This is not an apology video for 2 reasons. One, I'm not going to apologize for being frustrated about someone stealing an idea from me. It's an unfortunate part of our business, and it happens a lot because ownership of an idea is a gray area. But I am frustrated because the situation that I am referring to, I was in negotiations, I was in contracts with this person, and we were negotiating with other networks and production companies to find the right place for this particular show idea. They then decided they didn't want to do it. And that's okay. Some things work out, sometimes they don't. But then I find out that it's greenlit, the same idea, my idea, greenlit at another network. I'm frustrated, and I'm not going to apologize for being frustrated about that. My original video was not to call anyone out because I don't know what I'm going to do with this situation just yet. There's a potential to fight for my idea. It's a long, grueling process, so I don't know if I necessarily want to do it. But I was just expressing my frustration. I was not calling anyone out. So I'm not apologizing for that. Secondly, Keith, this is for you. That video was not about you. And I did not think that you would think that that video was about you because our interactions were very minimal. We exchanged a few emails. I sent you a pitch, and I want to read a line out of the pitch so that you understand that I don't think there was anything for you to even steal. The pitch I sent to you was basically taking what you already do, your content, your own idea, and putting it into a different format for TV and or streaming. So you can see right here, it says, essentially, it's a way to take what you do on TikTok and expand it to broadcast and or streaming format. And then I continued to put it in a TV format, which is basically segments. So segment 1, segment 2, that's where all the commercial breaks would go. That's where the sponsorship is, so on and so forth. So again, Keith, there was nothing for you to steal. I would not accuse you of stealing something that didn't really exist in the way that I think people might be thinking it exists. I didn't pitch you an idea that was original. I didn't pitch you an idea that was even mine. I just said, hey, let's take your idea, what you're already doing, find a way to get it onto a different type of platform. I do want to add, though, that the type of platform that you have gives you a different type of responsibility. And I think before you made that assumption that it was about you, that I wish you would have just reached out to me, because I would have reached out to you if I thought you had stolen from me, or if I thought that an idea looked very similar. And because of that platform, when you call someone out or when you speak on someone, people react, and there's automatic things that are going to happen. And one of those things is people coming into my comment. And that's not terrible in and of itself, but it's comments like this. This is someone gleefully finding joy in my pregnancy losses, and they're doing it in your name with a hashtag for you. I know that's not what you want. I know that's not what you intended, but because you have the platform you have, it's a different kind of responsibility. And this is what I had to wake up to. And this is what was frustrating about this situation.
So then for you to make that response, so first she posted it, then after an hour she took off the comments, then she deleted the post, re-uploaded the post. So you can just tell she is shuffling, she does not know what to do. I don't think she thought this blowback was gonna be how it was, but I don't know how you thought coming at Keith Lee, a person that's been uplifting and bringing positive and a breath of fresh air to the community. I didn't think you trying to undermine him or be shady was gonna go the way you thought it was. Maybe because you thought you came up with the most creative idea in the world, people are gonna side with you. But I just, from seeing everything from start to finish, I don't know where you thought this was gonna go. It was never really gonna go your way. Keith Lee right now is probably the most positive and impactful man on social media. So to try and call him a thief or try and tear him down, especially when he's on his come up, it just wasn't the right move. And this is a damning move that may potentially affect your future. And I'm not saying years down the line, but for the next few months, you may not even be able to post on TikTok because people are not going to forget this. And let this be a lesson for people. If you do have an issue with a creator, an issue with someone, address them off the app before you address them on it, because once you do, once that digital footprint is there, there's no taking it back. Once you made that video, there's no taking it back. Once Keith Lee posted his video to his over 9 million followers, it cannot be taken back. So you should have thought of that before making your video accusing him of being a thief and not worrying about the repercussions. And then in your response video, you tried to turn yourself into a victim talking about all these hateful comments, but you didn't care about the snide remark comments when it was on your first video. So you need to keep the energy the same. You need to do better. And one, why would you want to tear down this man that's been doing some of the best work I've seen on the internet? It's inspired me to be a better person. So your energy is off-putting. I get a little sense of jealousy, entitlement from you. So hopefully you can learn from this lesson and do better. But yeah, I really wanted to make this video because Keith Lee was already inspiring me to do better. So to see this very off-putting video where he has to address these concerns and allegations, it just didn't sit right with me. Now y'all let me know in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you think I might be a little bit too hard on Jillian? Do you think Jillian's gonna be able to recover from this? She might have to like take a step back or do a complete content creation name change. Whatever it is, I just know y'all need to leave Keith Lee alone and let him continue to do what he's doing, because what Keith Lee is doing is great. But as you know, of Chris Cadence, I'm going to give you guys hip-hop and pop culture news when it's there. That's why I make sure to subscribe, turn notification bell for all my videos so you can like and participate in the comment section. This Chris Cadence, I'm out this motherfucker.